that kind of they have this team on my husband's side, and that now they really are the center of the universe for my parents.
Yeah.
And I think that's a real great blessing.
We want to switch gears a little bit, just get into a little bit of politics. Your mom recently claimed, she was asked in an interview about the election, and she said that if it weren't for Comey's interference, Russia's interference, that it's likely that she would be president right now. And a lot of her supporters felt that they wanted to see more from her in that moment. They wanted her to take some personal responsibility for voters' trust issues with her, for maybe the Democratic Party not having a great ground game in some states and not having messaging in some states that was really good, so that they could fix the problem moving forward. Has she changed her mind about how to approach this topic to kind of ease her supporters' worries and maybe facilitate growth for the party in the future?
Well, Judith, I think there are lots of questions in there. My mother has talked about this herself. She's working on a book now about election. I had the privilege of campaigning in so many states for her, and I met so many of the remarkable organizers and volunteers. And as she said, you know, she's never going to blame her team. She had an amazing team of supporters, of surrogates, of staff. You know, more than 1 million people volunteered as part of her campaign effort. And so she's incredibly grateful for that, and she's proud of the swell in this country that is still fighting to protect our health care, fighting to ensure that hopefully we maybe do stay in the Paris Climate Accord, and all the things that she campaigned so hard for. And for me, I now think about my children, with all due respect to my mom, more than I think about my mom and the world that I want them to be able to grow up in. And that's kind of where I think my responsibility now lies as a mother and as a citizen. What can I do to help build the world that I want them to grow up in? Part of that is common decency, as we were talking about earlier. And part of that is standing up for policies that I think are important for all children.
But she also has taken some of the blame for it. I've heard her say that. And, you know, maybe people can have two thoughts in their head at once. It was the Russians, and I did make mistakes. She said it.
She did.
What do they want from her?
She did.
Well, we're never going to know.
Like you
we're
said,
never going to know.
You may love your mother more than you do.
We can split credit on that.
I have seen a change